I had a dream that someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports. There's a commitment to excellence to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others. Just win. Play hard. Try not to make mistakes. But don't worry about mistakes because there's only one thing that counts. Just win. The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win, is the will to win, is the will to win.
All right, Raider Nation. On Monday nights live for the first time, current Raider long snapper, Trent Sieg. How you doing, Trent? Thanks for coming on the Raider Homer channel.
Hey, I'm doing great. Great to be here.
All right, cool. Well, I'm excited to have you on. You know, we work with Oakland Raider Savage, who is from Oakland, a big part of, you know, the black hole from the beginning. All right, Raider Nation. On Monday nights live for the first time, current Raider long snapper, Trent Sieg. How you doing, Trent? Thanks for coming on the Raider Homer channel.
Hey, I'm doing great. Great to be here.
All right, cool. Well, I'm excited to have you on. You know, we work with Oakland Raider Savage, who is from Oakland, a big part of, you know, the black hole from the beginning. We got boots on the ground with the Raider Puppet, which is a guy that lives in Vegas, and he's always bringing footage. So it's nice to add a player with this new format, video format. So I appreciate it again. And let's go ahead and get into this interview. Now, Al Davis had a great eye for great special teams players, starting with George Blanda and Ray Guy. They're both in the Hall of Fame. You know, Shane Leckler and Sebastian Janikowski, they led the way for the Raiders for the early 2000s. Tim Brown, a Hall of Famer, returned well, he's an all-time leading returner. You know, and then of course, there's Jacoby Ford, Johnny Lee Higgins. You know, Ira Matthews was on the Raider Mythos Theater. And let's not forget John Kondo, who was our last guest on the Raider Mythos Theater, who played for the Raiders for 11 years. I mean, the list goes on and on. So take the Raider Nation through your journey to the NFL and tell us what it's like knowing that you're carrying the torch into the future as long snapper of the Raiders.
Yeah, so like you said, just a long list of great special teamers all the way through the Raiders' history, and it's just an honor to be part of that next generation and hopefully just keep grinding it out and who knows, hopefully play as long as Kondo did. But really my process for getting here, just walked on at Colorado State. It was pretty much the closest big college to me when I was growing up, and found my way on there, learned to long snap a little bit along the way, and ended up signing with Baltimore after I graduated as an undrafted free agent. Went there for a summer and a preseason, got cut, went back home for a week, and was kind of sitting there watching all the games on Sunday, a little bit of an edge. Like, I kind of upset that I'm not one of the guys out there right now, but it was what it was. And then Andrew DePola ended up getting hurt on the first punt play of that season, and next thing I knew, I was on a plane out there the next day and working out and living out of a bag, living in a hotel for the rest of the year. But it was really awesome process. It's unfortunate that I kind of had to get my job due to an injury, but it's just kind of the way the NFL is. But Depot did a great job of taking me in and kind of teaching me what I needed to know about playing football in the regular season and mentality and all those looks and everything. And I've just kind of been able to take what he taught me and try to put my own little spin on it and make it my own, and just try to really produce and do as much as I can to help our team win.
Not only has the torch been passed to you as a player in a long line of great special teamers, but you're also helping the team transition from Oakland to Vegas. What do you think about the move to Vegas, and what were some of the things you like most about Oakland?
Oakland, the main thing I loved about Oakland was just how freaking diehard the fans were. Like, just I remember driving into the Coliseum, driving by all the tailgaters, like the skulls, spikes on the pads, like just just the fans are just so not afraid to really show how committed they were to the team and how much they expected from us to win. And really, that's the main thing I'm going to miss from Oakland. Moving out to Las Vegas has also been a great experience. There's a ton of excitement around the town, like Raiders decals, Raiders license plates, bunch of Raiders shops popping up all over the place, and I think that the town's very excited to have us coming in. And I mean, we're only 4 hours from LA. We know LA's a Raider town too, so it's just the nation growing, and it's never going to be Oakland, but unfortunately the NFL is kind of a business, and this is the next business move that's been made. But we're hoping to keep all the Oakland fans and make some new ones here in Vegas.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely be there in Vegas. All the Oaktown legends, they're starting to come around. Yeah, their feelings, they were upset, about the whole move, but they love the Raiders so much, so they're definitely on their way to Vegas, and it's nice to really get our own stadium. And we'll talk a little bit more about that here later on. But in some of your interviews on YouTube, you talk about the NFL long snappers being a fraternity. Who are some of the long snappers that you reach out to in your pursuit of excellence?
Yeah, so actually the first NFL long snapper that I got to know, his name's Rick Lovato. He's the snapper for the Eagles. I was going to a camp with some snappers, and he's one of the pros that was like coming and helping out the guys, and it's just awesome to pick his brain, see how he approached snapping. So I got to know him fairly well. And then when I was in Baltimore, Morgan Cox, he was just an awesome dude to learn from, like perennial Pro Bowler, just one of the best in the business to be able to learn from. And I've stayed in pretty close contact with him. And then, like I was saying with Depot, when I came over here, like there wasn't ever any animosity between us. I'd say he was actually one of my better friends on the team while he was still here, and I still stay in contact with him. And it's just kind of one of those things where we all want to get better. I continue to go back to those camps and kind of help out a little bit. I've got a couple guys that I graduated with that are still chasing the dream, and I help them out any way I can. There's a couple guys a couple years younger than me, and I just try to shed any light I can to help them and share things that I've experienced on my journey that might be able to make them just that much better and give them a chance to make it up here too. But yeah, it's pretty cool kind of looking around the league and knowing a couple of guys that after the game you can go over to and just talk to and ask them how life's going.
Yeah, that's awesome. We had John Kondo on, and he brought on Marquette King, and they have developed a friendship, and they live in Arizona now, and they're working together, to help each other, So it's fantastic to see that, because once a Raider, always a Raider. So it's nice to see, those guys match up and become friends. And it's also good to see you and your fraternity of long snappers do the same thing, because I know how competitive it is here in the broadcasting scene. So it's damn sure got to be competitive in the professional long snapping scene. So it's nice that y'all help each other out and not don't think of each other as the competition, but look to learn from each other.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, like we're all in the NFL because we're competitors at heart, and I mean we all know that everything's just like may the best man win, and just approach everything as if we're not gonna have the job or be able to win the job, we're not gonna be the ones that help the team win the most. And when we're wherever we want to be, we want to win. So it's all just part of the process and just being the best we can be.
All right, as I just mentioned, John Kondo, he came on the Raider Mythos Theater. And so I'm curious if you've had the chance to pick John Kondo's brain about being a Raider and how to succeed long-term in the NFL.
Yeah, I've talked with Kondo a little bit. I guess first and only training camp out in Napa Valley, he came in and talked to me a little bit, and I just kind of talked to him about his experience and just how he approached everything, and he kind of gave me a couple tips on how to approach things on a daily basis. And really the main thing I got from him was mindset. I mean, he's a little bit different style of player than I was. He's a little bit more athletic down the field, but really the mindset's what I got from him. And it's been cool to be able to talk to him. And he came to a couple of games that last season out in Oakland, and I was able to talk to him during pregame and just keep up with him a little bit. And he's just an awesome guy to have around, and great guy to have in your corner for sure.
Now, you mentioned about him being athletic in the Only Nation podcast, and again here on Monday Nights Live. But I got to say, man, just like we were talking about in the Only Nation podcast, you're pretty athletic. I've seen the footage of you snapping the ball and running through those drills, man. Give yourself some credit. We believe in you, bro, so we're waiting for you to run down there and make those tackles,
Well, I feel athletic until I get out there on the field with all those linebackers and receivers and DBs, and then
that's fair.
Like,
that's
maybe
fair.
I'm not as athletic as I thought I was. So.
Yeah, that's pretty fair, man. All right, cool. So special teams play has undergone some changes in the last decade, but the one thing that remains unchanged is how important special teams is to being a winning team. Of course, we all know that starts with good coaching. So talk to us about playing for Coach Bisaccia and tell us what you like most about his approach to coaching special teams.
Yeah, Coach Bisaccia, I really appreciate his approach and how he kind of has an old school mentality about special teams, but he also is able to adapt to the new coaching changes, and he does a great job of just like staying on top of all the rule changes and just trying to instill that to us on day one of training camp. Because honestly, there's always some little nuance that's different every year, whether it makes it to the headlines or not. Just like, okay, this is how refs are gonna look at when you're out there blocking in the vice, or just how much they're gonna look for holding, or and like this is the angle you're allowed to hit someone when you're coming back for a block. And I think he does a great job of just letting us all know what's going on the other side, other than or what the refs will see. I really appreciate his scheme, and it's just he makes it he expects a lot of us as far as what we know, but he also doesn't put anyone in a bad situation where he knows what the players can do, and he tries to put them in positions to thrive rather than saying like, well, this is what this other guy can do, so you should be able to do it too. He does a great job of kind of building it around what we have.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, you've talked about Daniel Carlson and AJ Cole on the Only Nation podcast, but who are some of the other more notable players on special teams as far as gunners or, returners? Hunter Renfrow looks pretty exciting back there. How do you feel about some of the other players on special teams?
Yeah. Hunter's always just a pleasure to watch when he's back there. I have no idea how he stays up. Like, guys just bounce off him, and it looks like he's made of rubber. And he's just quick to get like his 10-15 yards, and he just hits you fast. Keyshawn Nixon, he's one of our big time gunners out there. It's always great having him out there. In there when he's was a couple of games last year where he was kind of injured, and we definitely missed his presence. He can be really good on kickoff, and just he's one of the first guys down there. Derek Carrier, he just signed back here. He's been a perennial special teamer guy here for us for the last 3 years. He's Alec Ingold, as good as he is as a fullback, he's damn good on special teams too, and he's one of my guards, and he's just been great to have around. And the last couple of years, Kyle Wilbur's also been one of the guys that really helped me out as far as just taking me under his wing. He was a real veteran presence, and he's again one of those career special team guys, but he's so good at what he does, and he really kind of helped me out. He was the guard on the other side from Alec for me, and he just kind of helped me out, give me warnings on looks and what stunts to expect, and if I make a mistake, he was there to clean it up for me. So nice. We've got a lot of good special teams players.
All right, cool. We were just talking about Coach Bisaccia. So talk about John Gruden a little bit. He's a huge part of the Raider mythos. And you grew up watching Gruden as a broadcaster. So what is it like playing for someone who you grew up watching TV, or you grew up watching on TV?
Yeah, it's definitely kind of interesting coming in and having a idea of what someone's going to be like before you meet them. Just because, like you said, saw him so much on TV and got to see his personality a little bit, and he's just like Gruden times 10 when he's in the building. He just loves football so much, and he's just awesome to be around. I think he does a great job of balancing. That this is how much work we need to put into our scheme, but we also got to like try to keep this as stress free as we can, because playing in an NFL football season is like pretty stressful, and he likes to have guys have fun with it, like we do our little like Soul Train thing on Friday practices, kind of keep the mood a little light, and just everyone goes out there, has fun, and gets better, and it's just an awesome experience to be around something like that.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've been a Gruden fan for a long time, so it's awesome to see him come back. Because a lot of people were concerned about him being able to reach, and coach these younger players. But y'all are doing great, I believe. I believe that as a team, and I say we because Raider Nation is a part of this team. I believe that we are well on our way because they are
Right.
making smart decisions, like re-signing you and being consistent as far as roster. And a hot topic, and I might be putting you on the spot here, so you can decline to answer if you want to.
No way.
But John Gruden has a lot of confidence in Derek Carr, and Mad Max has come out and shown confidence in Derek Carr too. What's your take on Derek Carr as the leader of this team?
Derek's unquestioned the leader of the team. Like he's just such a like, first of all, great quarterback. Like, just he goes out there and leads with such confidence, and like even when we're down, confidence in Derek never wavers. That, and just like as a person off the field, as a leader, he's just one of those guys that when you walk into the room, like you just know there's something special about him. And he's just like one of the most genuinely nice guys I have ever met. I still remember the first time I actually met him. I came in to the weight room. It was like 5:30 in the morning. It was the Wednesday after I signed my contract, my rookie year. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I came in there to like get my workout in and just make sure I know what's going on for the day. Derek was the only other guy in the weight room, and I walk in. He walks up to me, puts his hand out, and says, "Hi." Hey, yeah, I know who you are. Like he's one of those guys who he doesn't carry himself like he's better than other people, and there's just something special about the way he's able to engage with us as a team.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm a huge Derek Carr fan. A true believer, as Stan Lee would say. All right, now
Yes.
everyone knows once a Raider, always a Raider. As a player, what does that level of appreciation and commitment from a team mean to you?
Yeah. So really, the way I've seen it on my side for the most part so far is like we have or Raider alumni come back. Yet, like, yeah, they might have gone and played somewhere else for a few years after their stint with the Raiders, but they seem to always come back here, and just talking to Raiders fans, that there's so much appreciation for anyone that's ever like even been in the building, and it's just awesome to know that there's that support system just automatically built in right when you get here.
Absolutely. Now, the stadium tours are opening up to season ticket holders, but you've had a full year to tour the stadium. What are some of the coolest areas in Allegiant Stadium, and how magnificent is the Al Davis Memorial Torch?
So I actually have not seen a ton of the stadium. We were very limited on what we were allowed to go see during the season. Just they had a lot of it blocked off. So I saw the locker room, the field, and was able to, during one of our scrimmages, like sneak into the little nightclub there in the north end zone and just kind of walk around in there a little bit. But yeah, I've heard the suites up top are awesome. The torch looks great from down below. I can't imagine actually standing there next to it. The thing's like 10 stories high. It seems like it's crazy. Um, and I think it's really cool that that window just opens up and overlooks the strip. We had that opened during pregame I don't remember which game it was, but kind of later in the season, and you just got kind of get a cool view of the strip. And yeah, the stadium's just, I really wish we could have shared it with fans this year. Like it was something special to be a part of, and we just got to make it special again next year when fans are allowed in.
Oh, yeah. So, before I let you go, tell the Raider Nation how they can find you on social media.
If you want to follow me on social media on both Twitter and Instagram, it's Sieg58, spelled Tsieg, 58. And then I'm also live on Twitch a couple times a week. If you guys want to come hang out, interact with me. I've kind of built a cool little community, a bunch of Raiders fans, a couple Chargers fans, surprisingly. So we like to go in there, talk football, talk life, talk video games, just hang out and have fun. That's and my username on there is just Tsig1447. So Tsieg1447.
So, you're going to have a Madden tournament, right? On Discord, I believe?
I am I'm putting up a whole Madden league. So we're going to play through the entire season, Super Bowl winners. And my plan with that actually is to give $200 to the charity of choice for the Super Bowl winner. So just kind of something to get people engaged, have some fun. Personally, I like playing against people a lot better than the computer. So if we can fill up that league and get 32 teams, I've got a couple other pro guys I'm talking to about getting in there. But yeah, I think it'll just be a fun way to kind of engage with the community. So if anyone wants to see that, I'll talk about it on my Twitch and probably link it out on my Instagram as well here soon.
Awesome. Now, you just mentioned going to the Super Bowl or playing through the Super Bowl in this Madden tournament. Of course, this podcast is dedicated to Al. You didn't play for Al, but you do play for his son. Mentioning the Super Bowl, how important would that be to you, or how awesome would that be to bring that Super Bowl to his son and continue that winning tradition, this time in Vegas?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the childhood dream that everyone grows up with, and really just being a part of an organization that has been there 3 times. I mean, or won it 3 times. And first thing you see when you walk in the building, there's a trophy case right there, and it's got all 3 of the Lombardi trophies just sitting there. A little extra motivation when you get in there in the morning. I mean, I don't know how many people get to wake up, go to work, and see that right when they walk in. But yeah, it'd definitely be awesome to be able to bring another trophy here to the Raiders organization and be 3 for 3 on cities to do it in.
Absolutely. That would be awesome, man. A championship in Vegas, a championship in Oakland, and a championship in Los Angeles. No other team has ever done that. That would definitely be something that would add to the mythos of the Raiders. So, I appreciate you coming on here. It's an honor to have talked to you. You killed it on the Only Nation podcast, and you came and you delivered some new content here on Monday Nights Live. So thank you very much. Looking forward to speaking with you again.
Yep, definitely. Thank you for having me. It was a good time.